Friday, you should be on so you need your notes out from Friday. If you don't have them anymore, let me know. It's the very back page. Very back page from Friday. There was nothing like this on your homework. That's why we were able to skip it, just so you guys remember that. Okay. So perpendicular lines intersect to form 4 right angles. To label a right angle, you use this square. This means right angle. What do you guys know about a right angle? How many degrees is a right angle, Olivia? So intersects to form, 4 right angles. On top of that, all 4 of the angles are going to be adjacent, meaning they're all going to be next to each other. So all 4 of the angles are going to be next to each other. So just because 2 lines intersect does not mean they're 90 degrees. You must see the right angle symbol. You must see that right angle symbol for it to mean that it's 90 degrees. If you do not see that, it's not 90 degrees. All right, guys? Everybody understand that? And you really only need 1 right angle symbol, because if that's 90 degrees and they form a linear pair, 90 plus 90 is 180. So linear pairs add to 180, so that's why you really only need 1, because they're all linear pairs. They're all adjacent to each other. So if this was the only one marked, this forms a line, so this has to be 90, right? 90 plus 90 is 180. That's a linear pair, or they're supplementary. This is 90 degrees, that forms a straight line, so that has to be 90 degrees. They form a linear pair, or they're supplementary. Segments and rays can be perpendicular to other line segments and rays. So anything like a line or a segment or a ray can all have that perpendicular feature. It doesn't just have to be a line. All right? So go ahead and get that stuff written in there, and then we are going to get started on some examples, and then we'll move on to the notes from Friday. From today. Why did it just show this one again? Okay, here we go. So determine whether each statement can be assumed from the figure below. So remember, you have to have markings to assume this. So measure of angle VYT, is 90 degrees. Can we assume that that is 90 degrees, and why? Can we assume that that is 90 degrees, and why? So is VYT 90 degrees, and can we assume that, and why? What do we think? Why do you think that, Kylie?
There is a right angle symbol there, so it's going to be.
And what do you know about this angle that already has the right angle symbol and this angle here? What do they form? But what do they form to make them the same? Katie, what is it? It's a linear pair. So we know linear pairs add to 180. So the answer is yes. And the reason is, since angle XYV, which is this angle here, has a 90 degree marking, and angle XYV and angle VYT form a linear pair, it has to be 90 to add to 180. Bless you. So the reason is because you can see the like straight angle of XYT. Do you guys see the straight angle of XYT? So if this is 90, this has to add to 180. So 90 plus 90 is 180. That's a linear pair, or it's supplementary. Okay, so it says TYW and TYU are supplementary. So they add to 180 degrees is what that's saying. Do the orange and yellow angles that I have up there add to 180 degrees? Do TYU and TYW add to 180 degrees? What do you notice about this orange here and this yellow? What does it form? It forms a what? And what do we know about straight lines? They are 180. So are they supplementary? Yes. They are linear pairs. Because they form straight angle. UYW. Ooh, what happened there? I put angle there with the marking, so I decided that I should probably erase one of them. It's like when people use the dollar sign and also say dollar. It means the same thing. Okay, so the next one says our VYW, so VYW and TYS adjacent angles. So our TYS and VYW adjacent angles, meaning that they share an interior side. So they're next to each other, share an interior side. Do they share an interior side? No. If they shared an interior side, the blue and the yellow would overlap. Do you see that the blue and the yellow are never overlapping here? So that's how you know they're adjacent, that they would share that interior side, is if that blue and yellow were overlapping in the inside. So no, they do not share an interior side. Okay, so this forms a straight angle. So what do you know about this angle measure here that 3y plus 6 is on? What should it be equal to? If it forms a straight angle and this one's already 90 degrees, what does that one have to be? What does it have to be? What? It adds to 180, so that means that this angle here is what? 90. So those have to add to 90 because it forms a linear pair. So 3y plus 6 equals 90. Again, so if this is 90 and it forms a linear pair, 90 plus 90 is 180. So that means this one that I scribbled with blue is also 90, which means that 3y plus 6 is the same as 90. So if two things are the same, we can set them equal. So y is 28. Notice again we have another linear pair here, which means that this entire angle here is 90 degrees as well. So how are we going to find x? What are we going to have to do here? How will we have to find x if that entire angle, I'm going to scribble it in a different color there, I'm going to scribble it in purple. If this entire purple angle is 90 degrees, what do I have to do to find x? Katie? Yeah, the two angles together add to 90 degrees. So since they are in the interior of the 90-degree angle, if you add these two angles together, they should equal 90 degrees. Is it 7?
Yeah.
My brain isn't working. Okay. So that's that slide there. So see if there's any questions there before we pull out the day 2 notes. So see if there's any questions there before we pull out the day 2 notes. So go ahead and look at that. Otherwise,